Hello everyone, I hope so you will be fine. My name is Dr. Abid and I welcome to all of you in GS Score. You know that I teach an environment and ecology in GS Score, and GS Score has started wonderful initiative just for you. We have started a beautiful series regarding to how to understand the question and how to identify the concept behind the question. This is one of the most important series for the serious aspirants. You know that how to understand the question is one of the most important pillar for the preparation of the UPSC or UPSC field. Because until unless you will not understand the depth or concept of the question, you cannot write the best answer. So this is our effort, or this is our motto, to give the best points to understand the question through different methods and different approaches. Getting my points? So today we have a very important questions from the GS paper 3rd, Environment and Ecology, carrying capacity of an ecosystem. You know, carrying capacity of an ecosystem. The question is that from the 2019, this is the wonderful question, and you have to understand the depth of the question. Then we will write the model answer. Before writing the model answer, we have to discuss what kind of approaches we have to adopt and how to understand the questions through the different methods and how to break down the questions. So this is the question. Define the concept of carrying capacity of an ecosystem as relevant to the environment. Explain. This is the first phase of the question. Now the second phase of the question is that explain how understanding this concept is vital while planning for sustainable development. Means second part of the question is talking about the sustainable development of a region. Getting my point? Sustainable development of a region means this question has two parts or two phases. Now we have to understand through the different way. What are the concept? So you will find out there are two important ways. The first, you have to define the carrying capacity of an ecosystem. The second phase is that you have to explain the importance of understanding this concept in the context of sustainable development and planning for a region. So basically, this question has two basic parts, and you know very well that question has two important phases, and one phase is talking about the definition or some kind of important thing, and the second part is talking about the explanation regarding the sustainable development importance. Now the question is that how I can choose the best approach and how to understand the best way to write the answer. I tell you, this is the way, this is the best approach to the answer, toward the answer. As you know that we have to start our answer from the introduction, from the definition side. So this is the perfect phase of the answer. Definitions means they're talking about the introductions. Means you have to define the carrying capacity of clearly and concisely. I'm saying that please avoid unnecessary words, extreme words, wrong information. Choose wisely. Choose carefully the important words. Mention its ecological and the environmental relevance. You know that in the man body, explanation will take place. How exceeding carrying capacity leads to environmental degradation like deforestation, water scarcity, and the pollution. Second part, why understanding it is essential for sustainable development. Why? Because resources allocation, urban and rural planning, agriculture and industrial policies. Next one, disaster risk reduction. In the third line, you will find out their applications based. Use examples from the water-stressed cities over tourism and ecological sensitive areas. Desertification you can add also, and show how planning with carrying capacity in mind help avoid collapse and ensuring things. So in the first part, regarding the explanation, second one, understanding it's essential for sustainable development, and the third one, you have to give some examples or the case studies from the different section. In the last one, you will find out their conclusion. What are the conclusions? Reaffirm the importance of aligned development with ecological limits. Emphasize balance between human needs and environmental conservations. These all are the important things which you have to mention in conclusion. So this is the prime phase of the question. We have to follow this model. Now let's move toward the answer. This is the model answer which we have to discuss. You know that. Whenever we talk about the introduction, you will find out there that I started my introduction and I finished my introduction in just almost 3 lines. Just almost 3 lines. Now it is duty to understand what are the important words I used in introduction. Let's discuss one by one. I started my words from the carrying capacity of an ecosystem. What is the meaning of the carrying capacity of an ecosystem? Maximum population or level of activity that environment can support sustainably without leading to resource degradation or environmental collapse. This is the definition of carrying capacity of ecosystem. I specifically focus and highlighted the maximum population or level of activity that an environment can support sustainably without leading to resources degradation or environmental collapse. You will find out there I mentioned comma. Okay? And this is the way I added the maximum words without the full stop. Because I finished the important lines, important definition in almost 2 lines. And you will find out there carrying capacity, refer maximum population, level of activity, and support sustainably without leading to resource degradation. Okay? Or environmental collapse. In the 3rd line, it considers the availability of resources, waste assimilation, capacity, and resilience of ecosystem. Generally, it is considered on the behalf of these important words I added. So you will find out there in just 3 lines, I wisely choose the maximum important words in my introduction. And now when examiner will read these all kind of words, वो समझ जाएगा, हाँ, yeah, आप जानते तो हो, definitely you know. That's why we have to select the words carefully. Getting my points? Now let's move toward the main body. This is the important part of the main body. I started my words from the relevance of carrying capacity to environment. I started main body from the relevance. What is the relevance? Every ecosystem has finite resources. जैसे कि water है, land है, and biodiversity, finite. When human demands exceed this limit, it leads to ecological stress that is happening in the many parts of India, resulting in issues like deforestation, pollution, climate change, and loss of biodiversity. Getting my points? You know that population is increasing rapidly, so demand is also taking place. For example, food. So demand of food is increasing rapidly. So now you need a more agricultural land. Number 1. So what we'll do? Definitely you will cut the forest. Means deforestation will take place rapidly. And on the other hand, when population will increase, they need a settlement. Permanent settlement means urbanization. So definitely when urbanization will take place, definitely you will cut the forest again. So agriculture and the urban areas are highly responsible. Yeah, expansion of agriculture and urban areas are highly responsible for the deforestation. And when deforestation will take place, definitely flora and fauna will decrease. तो क्या होगा अंत में? Loss of biodiversity. Getting my points? And when this all thing will happen, so collectively you know that this is the climate change, yeah, this will be non-climate change effect. So it is happening. The carrying capacity is a dynamic affected by technology, consumption pattern, and the climate. I mentioned the relevance side. Now let's move toward the next one. The second importance in planning for sustainable development. In the second part, I mentioned the sustainable development planning. So understanding and integrating carrying capacity is essential for urban planning. Number one, we have to plan the urban sites. Okay, you know that each and every city of India have a number of problems. I am saying that out of 100 cities of the world, 20 from India. Water pollution, air pollution, water logging problems, drainage system, urban green space, water logging, crime, sound pollution, electricity shortage, traffic, overcrowding. These all are the symptoms of our cities. Getting my points? So that's why we need urban planning. Avoid overburdening infrastructure, Delhi's air pollution crisis. Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Bengaluru. These all are the important cities. They have the same problems, but have a different nature. Next one, tourism management. Tourism management. Prevent over tourism in ecological sensitive region like Shimla, Ladakh. I'm saying the hilly areas from the HP and UK. Manali, Shimla, Dharamshala. Okay? And you know that Mussoorie, Ranikhet, number of important hill areas also in the UK. And you know that these two states are highly depends on tourism. The tourism will increase, definitely they will get more revenue. And what are the negative impact of tourism? Definitely you will find out there the plastic pollution. You will find out there. And you will also find out there the destruction of the forest, because you have to construct the hotels, villas, houses. So it is happening in the hilly areas. That's why you will find out there the landslides, flash floods, and number of disasters are taking place in hilly areas. You can take the example also Ladakh and Kashmir and Sikkim. So we have to understand that what are the capacity of these all areas. If you are loading the above the capacity, definitely वो collapse करेगा. So ये हमें भी समझना है कि what are the capacity, what are the carrying capacity of ecosystems. For example, Gir National Park have a maximum capacity, they can hold almost 700 lions. But now you can see over there, the more than 700 lions are taking place in Gir National Park. Fight होगा, fight between habitat, fight between existence, fight between food, बहुत सारी चीजें. तो carrying capacity को भी हमें समझना है. Next one, agriculture. Promotes water efficient crops in drought prone regions. That's why we are adopting number of water conservation methods from the Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, UP also. Next one, industrial development, help in site selection and waste management planning. Yes, it is happening. Solid waste management rules 2016, आप इसको ऐड कर सकते हैं. Disaster risk reduction, prevent land degradation and environmental hazard due to overuse. Recently, Sikkim was in news due to landslides. Tourists were stuck over there, and Indian Army saved them. The number of incidents are in news from this side. Carrying capacity of an ecosystem. And this is the alarming situation for everyone. Okay, we have to understand what the carrying capacity on particular area है ना. मैंने बोला ना 100% से ज्यादा लोड करोगे किसी में, डेफिनेटली वो ठीक है बूम बूम करेगा. तो ये हो रहा है. Now let's look toward the government initiative and examples. So these all are the important thing. Eco-sensitive zone around the protected areas. You know that whenever we talk about the protected areas, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves, core, transition, buffer areas, these all are the part of this. Carrying capacity studies conducted in areas like Tihri Dam region, Western Ghats, and Himalayas. You know that these all are the important regions. From the Tihri, from the Bagla Nagal, from the Western Ghat, and entire Himalayan region. Next, sustainable development goals emphasize environmental threshold. Basic चीजें थी जो मैंने ऐड की हैं. These all are the basic information. नाउ लेट्स मूव टुवर्ड द कंक्लूजन। बहुत प्यारा क्वेश्चन था ये। Carrying capacity is not merely an ecological constraint, but a strategic planning tool for achieving. देखो, it's kind of a strategic tool, a strategic planning tool for achieving long-term inclusive and resilient development. I'm suggesting the way I'm saying that carrying capacity, ठीक है, it's kind of a strategic planning tool. And next one, incorporating it into regional development plans, ensure intergenerational equity, climate adaptation, sustainable use of natural capitals. Means in the last line, I gave some important suggestions. So this is the way to understand the question, and this is the way to write the answer. Every question is demanding the basic understanding of the syllabus. पढ़ा तो होगा ना, उसके आधार पर ही आपको सिर्फ रीअरेंज करना है, and you have to add the important words. So this is enough from this side, and I hope so you will like this video and you will share it, comment. और कुछ होता है क्या? हाँ, दोस्तों को भी शेयर कर देना. So this is enough from this side. See you soon with new topic. Take care.